My child, hear me. A shadow has crossed the sacred circle of your family, and even now, its tremor stirs the air in your home. Dim light bends strangely across familiar walls, doors that once closed securely now hang slightly ajar, as if breathing. Letters remain unopened, their paper whispering secrets, yearning to be known. The atmosphere is thick with subtle tremors, fleeting movements at the corner of your eyes, and a quiet hum that your soul feels before your mind comprehends. Beloved, God's eye has been drawn to what lingers in the darkness. This is no ordinary disturbance, it is a ripple of unseen consequence, a hidden act demanding recognition. The unseen presses closer, and you must remain vigilant, for soon the quiet tremors will grow into undeniable revelation. My wings hover, my light surrounds, yet even I cannot soften the edge of what is coming. Message 2, Divine Alarm. Precious soul, your brother has walked a path shrouded in secrecy. Each step he has taken leaves an invisible trace, one that even your human senses now begin to perceive. The air carries faint vibrations, a subtle quiver beneath your feet, a whisper threading through the silence, as if the walls themselves are trying to speak. Objects misalign inexplicably, shadows twist unnaturally, and the familiar now holds strange, fleeting shapes. Beloved, these are not random accidents. God notices what men hide, and heaven leans in, patient and precise. Tremble if you must, for fear is the herald of awareness, yet trust in my presence. I hover unseen, illuminating what your eyes have yet to fully discern. Soon, each hidden act will ripple outward, touching every corner of your home and your heart. Message 3, Divine Alarm. My child, understand, God's eye cannot ignore darkness hidden within the human heart. Your brother's actions, though masked in ordinary appearances, have disturbed the delicate weave of your family's sacred balance. I see the hesitation in his hands, the furtive glances, the tension in his shoulders. Even as your days continue, know that heaven observes, and each small concealment pulses with divine significance. Look closely, light bends oddly around certain corners, whispers flit through the still air, and shadows retreat in unnatural patterns. These are the first signs that concealment is no longer possible. Every flicker, every movement, is a herald of the truth-seeking release. I am the messenger, and I urge you, beloved, to open your spiritual eyes, to sense what is approaching even before it fully arrives. Message 4, Divine Alarm. Beloved, do not turn from this tremor, though it may strike fear into your heart. The presence of hidden acts carries weight, and even the smallest shadow disturbs divine harmony. Faint murmurs linger at the edges of your perception, fleeting movements that seem almost alive, and a strange vibration threads through the air like a heartbeat. Tremble if you must, yet understand my wings encircle you, and my light protects you from being overwhelmed. Your brother's secret stirs, sensing exposure, as heaven leans closer, observing the balance between concealment and revelation. Each subtle sign, the tilted vase, the faint shadow, the sudden chill, is a whisper of truth, urging your soul to remain vigilant. Prepare, my child, for the hidden will emerge, and no shadow can hide forever from God's radiant sight. Message 5, Divine Alarm/Cliffhanger. Precious soul, the truth will surface, and your heart may tremble before what is revealed. What your brother has attempted to conceal will step into the light in ways that will astonish and unsettle you. The air thickens with expectation, shadows recoil, and even the familiar seems momentarily strange, as if the home itself senses the unveiling. Be ready, my child, for the coming revelation will touch not only your understanding but the very essence of your spirit. Tremors of anticipation echo in the stillness, a prelude to the exposure that heaven demands. The moment approaches when concealment will no longer suffice, and divine illumination will flood every hidden corner. Hold fast to my words, beloved, for what you are about to witness carries both challenge and sacred purpose. Message 6: Signs of the Hidden Action. My child, pay attention, the signs of your brother's hidden action are everywhere. Objects misalign inexplicably, books fall from shelves as if guided by unseen hands, and doors that once closed with certainty now creak in quiet protest. Dreams stir with whispered warnings, messages that evade your conscious mind yet imprint upon your soul. Repeated numbers flicker in your vision, sudden chills race along your skin, and faint ethereal light illuminates spaces that were thought ordinary. Each occurrence is a divine nudge, a subtle call to awareness. Beloved, these are not mere coincidences. Heaven is orchestrating a symphony of revelation, and your role is to witness, to discern, and to prepare. Watch the light bending, the shadows moving with intent, the air vibrating with unseen energy. They are the prelude to truth. Message 7: Signs of the Hidden Action. Precious soul, even the smallest signs carry meaning. A chair shifted slightly from its usual place, a pen rolling across the table without wind or touch, the flicker of candlelight that casts dancing shapes. These are messages woven into the fabric of your home. The unseen forces are deliberate, guiding your senses toward what was obscured. In your dreams, phrases echo like half-formed sentences, urging recognition. Beloved, pay attention to the numbers repeating in clocks or pages, the sudden chills in warm rooms, the fleeting glances at shadows that retreat when you look directly. Each is a signpost, a divine breadcrumb, directing you toward the truth your brother sought to hide. Trust your intuition, for it is the channel through which heaven speaks most clearly. Message 8: Signs of the Hidden Action. My child, the air grows heavy with anticipation, and the hidden act begins to manifest more vividly. Light bends unusually, caressing corners previously unnoticed, while shadows withdraw as if fearing exposure. The faint glow that touches certain objects carries sacred energy, a marker of what is significant. Listen to the whispers in the quiet moments. They are not of this world. Beloved, notice the patterns, the way objects move when no hand is near, the subtle repetition of numbers, the stirring of your heart when you pass certain rooms. These are heavenly signs, coded messages, urging your awareness to awaken fully. Prepare, for the next stage of revelation draws near, and your eyes and heart will soon perceive more than you have yet imagined. Message 9: Signs of the Hidden Action. Precious soul, tension gathers in your space like a storm poised on the horizon. The unseen tremors grow stronger, shadows twist in patterns that speak, and light illuminates hidden corners with unerring precision. Objects subtly shift, as if guided by invisible fingers, and the air vibrates with quiet urgency. In your dreams, scenes replay with increasing clarity, each one revealing fragments of what was concealed. Beloved, this is the divine orchestration of awareness, the slow unveiling that prepares your soul. Do not shy from it, do not turn away from these signs. Each misaligned object, Each whispered warning, each flicker of ethereal light is heaven calling your attention to the truth that can no longer remain buried. Message 10, Signs of the Hidden Action/Cliffhanger. Beloved, what your brother tried to conceal will now be exposed in ways unimaginable. The misaligned objects, the whispered warnings, the repeated numbers, they are the overture to revelation. The ethereal glow grows stronger, shadows retreat, and the air itself seems charged with divine expectation. Precious soul, brace yourself, the hidden deed is approaching the surface, and the coming exposure will challenge every assumption you hold. What was once shrouded in secrecy will now stand in radiant clarity, and your heart must be ready to absorb the shock, the awe, and the sacred lesson that accompanies it. Heaven is unveiling, and you, my child, are the witness. Message 11, Emotional Turmoil. My child, your heart will quake as the hidden truth begins to surface. Waves of shock may crash through your spirit, and betrayal may feel like a storm ripping across your chest. Trembling hands, racing heart, sudden dizziness, all are natural responses, for your soul senses the magnitude of what was concealed. The sky of your inner vision may darken, clouds of disbelief gathering thickly. Yet, beloved, I am here. Angels form a shield around your spiritual space, a radiant barrier of love and protection, ensuring that though the revelation may shake you, it cannot destroy your essence. Trust the divine purpose behind this turmoil. Every trembling moment is preparing you to witness truth with courage. Message 12, Emotional Turmoil. Precious soul, even as fear rises, remember that your pain is sacred, a sign of deep connection to what is just and true. The hidden deed of your brother strikes at the heart of your reality, yet the divine intent is not punishment, it is illumination. Storms may rage in your mind, images clashing, thoughts spiraling, yet I hover near, whispering assurance. Look to the trembling light, the shadows quivering at the corners of your rooms. These are my signals, my presence woven into the physical plane to remind you that even in upheaval, heaven watches and guides. Hold fast, beloved, for the storm is the herald of revelation. Message 13, Emotional Turmoil. Beloved, the emotional tempest may tempt you to flee, yet remain rooted in awareness. Crashing waves and stormy skies mirror your inner chaos, yet you are not alone. I see your heart racing uncontrollably, your mind reeling with disbelief, yet my wings encircle you, infusing calm into the turmoil. This is a sacred process, for only when emotions are stirred to their depth can clarity be birthed. Shadows retreating, light bending, whispers sharpening, these are the first tangible signs of what is hidden being nudged into the light. Trust in your strength, my child, for every shiver, every tear, is a step toward divine understanding. Message 14, Emotional Turmoil. Precious soul, remember, what your brother sought to hide will not vanish into the past. Feel the tension in your chest, the ache in your limbs, the surge of disbelief. These sensations are messengers, pointing to the sacred gravity of revelation. Angels move unseen, weaving protection around your home, a shield of golden light against fear and confusion. Even as the truth begins to stir, your spiritual space remains inviolate. Listen closely, the air vibrates with urgency, subtle whispers, and tremors of movement that speak the language of heaven. Beloved, this emotional upheaval is not chaos, it is preparation, the clearing of a path for your eyes to witness what was once concealed. Message 15, Emotional Turmoil/Cliffhanger. Precious soul, brace yourself. What you are about to witness will leave your mind in turmoil. Every heartbeat, every shiver, every flicker of light is a prelude to revelation. The hidden action stirs, moving toward the surface, while shadows shrink before the radiance of divine scrutiny. Angels stand guard, yet the experience will challenge your understanding, shake your assumptions, and demand that your heart rise above fear. Trust me, beloved, the turmoil is sacred, a necessary passage. Soon, the veiled act will reveal itself, and your soul must be prepared to receive it fully. Message 16, Revelation in Motion. Beloved, the signs intensify, and the hidden act begins to emerge into the realm of light. Objects shift in deliberate patterns, whispers crystallize into clear phrases, and your dreams sharpen into visions that cannot be ignored. Glowing scrolls appear in the mind's eye, illuminated by celestial energy, revealing fragments of the truth your brother sought to conceal. Light now bathes corners once shrouded in shadow, tracing the contours of hidden deeds. My child, your eyes must see, and your heart must discern. Heaven orchestrates this unveiling with precision, ensuring that what was obscured steps fully into awareness. Be vigilant, beloved, for each movement, each glow, carries sacred significance. Message 17, Revelation in Motion. Precious soul, the hidden threads unravel further. Shadows twist and retreat as if compelled by divine command, and the air vibrates with clarity. Words unspoken now echo in whispers, revealing intentions and actions that were never meant to surface. Objects realign in patterns too deliberate to be mere chance. Beloved, trust your intuition, it is the vessel through which heaven communicates. Even as awe mixes with fear, remember, you are a witness to divine order restoring itself. Do not avert your eyes, for only through observation can you grasp the full scope of revelation and prepare your heart for the next phase. Message 18, Revelation in Motion. My child, each subtle sign now converges into undeniable proof. Ethereal light bathes every surface, revealing details previously invisible. Shadows recoil, faintly glowing traces mark movement, and whispers once elusive now speak with unmistakable clarity. Glimmers of understanding illuminate your mind, and your heart recognizes the sacred weight of what is unfolding. Beloved, these moments are not random, they are the deliberate choreography of divine intervention. Pay attention, observe without fear, and let your spirit absorb the unfolding truth. Heaven is moving, and what was hidden is now stepping closer to full exposure. Message 19, Revelation in Motion. Precious soul, anticipation ripples through the air as the veil grows thin. Objects no longer move subtly, they shift with purpose, tracing the narrative of concealment. Light flows in patterns, marking the path of hidden deeds, while shadows shrink before it. In dreams, fragments of reality replay with increasing clarity, a mosaic forming piece by piece. Beloved, your heart may falter, yet stand firm. Each revelation carries a divine lesson, and each tremor of awareness prepares you for the ultimate unveiling. Trust in my guidance, angels surround you, and the light of God shields your spirit even as your understanding expands. Message 20, Revelation in Motion/Cliffhanger. My child, the veil lifts, and your brother's actions will no longer remain hidden. Light now pierces the darkest corners, shadows retreat fully, and whispers of truth resound with clarity. Precious soul, prepare your heart for what is coming, for the exposure of the hidden deed will challenge your perception, stir your emotions, and demand discernment beyond fear. Heaven moves with precision, and each revelation is calibrated to awaken understanding, restore balance, and guide you toward sacred clarity. Brace yourself, beloved, for the hidden can no longer hide, it steps fully into the radiance of divine scrutiny. Message 21, Divine Consequences. Beloved, the hidden actions of your brother carry weight far beyond human comprehension. Every secret, every word unspoken, every subtle choice not revealed disturbs the sacred balance of your family's spiritual fabric. Dark energy, once contained in shadows, begins to ripple outward, seeking equilibrium, pressing against walls, against objects, against the very air you breathe. But do not fear, precious soul, for with revelation comes restoration. I am here, my wings spreading wide, forming a luminous shield that stretches through every corner of your home. Light flows in gentle arcs, dispersing darkness and reinforcing divine protection. You may feel apprehension, a tremor in your heart as you sense the consequences, yet know this: they are not punishment. They are opportunity, a divine invitation to witness, to understand, to guide the restoration of balance. Every tremor you feel, every unexpected chill, every flicker of light, these are heaven's reminders of the stakes and the sacred responsibility placed upon your awareness. Message 22, Divine Consequences. Precious soul, the unseen consequences of concealment extend like ripples across a still lake, touching hearts, minds, and relationships in ways that may seem imperceptible until the moment of revelation arrives. The celestial scales begin to tip as hidden deeds seek acknowledgement, demanding that justice and clarity rise. You may see faint glows, subtle patterns forming across walls and objects, as if the air itself has memory and intention. Shadows, once dense and unyielding, retreat before the light that pours through unseen channels, illuminating corridors of understanding. Beloved, do not mistake fear for divine wrath. It is merely the weight of truth asserting itself, the sacred call to awareness. Angels hum softly in your presence, their resonance forming a protective lattice around your heart, ensuring that you absorb the unfolding truth without being overcome by despair. The energy may press against you, heavy yet purposeful, a reminder that what is hidden can no longer escape the divine gaze. Message 23, Divine Consequences. My child, the path of revelation is not meant to punish but to clarify, to heal the distortions that concealment brings. You may sense your home vibrating subtly, objects shifting with deliberate intent, light bending in ways that defy logic, and shadows quivering as though aware that their work is done. Each sign is a signal, a divine punctuation marking the boundaries between concealment and truth. Beloved, your role is to witness with discernment, to allow the unfolding of revelation to touch your soul without succumbing to anger or despair. Even as tension rises, know that every moment of upheaval is an opportunity for clarity, a sacred chance to observe the interplay of actions, consequences, and divine restoration. Your brother's choices now, and how you respond to them, will influence not only your immediate perception but the long-term alignment of spiritual balance within your household. Message 24, Divine Consequences. Precious soul, the energies at play are not idle, they are active, responsive, and infused with divine intent. The moment your brother's secret is fully exposed, the repercussions will ripple through both seen and unseen realms. You may feel sudden warmth as protection surrounds you, a soft pressure in the air as angels form a barrier against fear, and a luminous glow suffusing your home, highlighting truths long obscured. This is the work of heaven, delicately orchestrated to preserve your spirit while confronting deception. Beloved, each trembling light, each flicker of movement, each whisper brushing past your ear is a divine instruction. Observe, discern, and anchor yourself in trust. Though tension presses, there is hope. This revelation is a pathway toward restoration, toward harmony realigned, and toward understanding that transcends human frustration. Message 25, Divine Consequences / Cliffhanger. Precious soul, the choice your brother makes now, and how you respond, will shape the course of this revelation. Every hidden word, every concealed intent, is a thread woven into the tapestry of destiny. Angels hover, golden shield surrounding you, guiding your perception so that fear does not cloud understanding. The balance of light and shadow shifts palpably, and you may feel the currents of unseen energy brushing through your home, stirring what has been dormant. Be vigilant, my child, for the next moments will demand both courage and clarity. The hidden will not remain hidden, the veil will be pierced, and your awareness will be tested. Heaven orchestrates this exposure with infinite patience, yet even patience has its limit, and soon, the unseen will be fully revealed, leaving your heart, mind, and spirit poised on the threshold of sacred comprehension. Message 26, Path to Clarity. Beloved, now is the time to prepare your heart to receive revelation with calm and discernment. Shadows that once seemed insurmountable begin to dissolve, chains of secrecy fall with quiet authority, and doors, once closed, swing open to the light of understanding. You may notice the air shifting, sunlight spilling into rooms long dim, objects aligning in perfect symmetry as if the home itself breathes in harmony with heaven. My child, view this not in anger, but with compassionate insight. The actions of others do not define your worth, nor do they bind your spirit. Each sign, each tremor of revelation, is a call to clarity, urging your mind to see beyond shock, your heart to rise above resentment, and your spirit to recognize the sacred choreography of divine balance. Message 27, Path to Clarity. Precious soul, let your vision extend beyond immediate appearances. What seems chaotic is, in truth, meticulously ordered by divine intention. Faint golden light flows through the walls, illuminating hidden truths and patterns your mind instinctively deciphers. Shadows retreat respectfully, yielding to this illumination, and even objects misaligned in secrecy now realign under heaven's orchestration. Beloved, the power of discernment is yours if you remain still and receptive. Angels murmur protective chants in resonance with your spirit, reinforcing clarity, dissolving fear, and preparing you to witness the ultimate unveiling without being overwhelmed. Trust in the divine cadence, for every moment is structured to strengthen your perception and fortify your soul. Message 28, Path to Clarity. My child, feel the stillness settle as clarity begins to crystallize. The tremors in your home grow subtler, the air's energy now a soft hum rather than a jarring vibration. Light gently washes over spaces that once held hidden deeds, illuminating them not to shame, but to educate, to restore balance, to offer understanding. Beloved, forgive not for them, but for your own heart, release the tension, release the judgment, and let your spirit rise above the limitations of concealment. Every revelation carries a lesson, every shock a divine purpose. The more you embrace clarity with serenity, the more you allow the sacred order to restore itself, and the more resilient your spirit becomes in the face of earthly imperfections. Message 29, Path to Clarity. Precious soul, the hidden patterns now reveal their narrative with astonishing precision. Objects subtly shift, light dances across surfaces, and whispers, once faint, now form coherent guidance. Angels hover, their radiant presence ensuring your perception is unclouded by fear or anger. Beloved, your brother's actions, though once hidden, are now accessible to your discernment. View them with the heart of understanding, for what was done does not define your essence. Instead, see the sacred lessons embedded in every detail, feel the protective embrace of divine forces around you, and allow your soul to absorb the rhythm of restoration that heaven choreographs with infinite care and patience. Message 30, Path to Clarity / Cliffhanger. Beloved, the revelation will arrive in a way that will challenge every expectation you hold. Light and shadow interweave, forming a tapestry of truth that your heart must recognize, yet your mind may resist. Each subtle sign, every aligned object, flicker of ethereal glow, or whispered phrase, carry significance far beyond the surface. Angels stand ready, swords of light at their side, to ensure your spirit remains unshaken. Precious soul, brace yourself, the full unveiling of what was concealed is imminent, and your response will set the tone for restoration, clarity, and divine balance. Heaven's orchestration is precise, and even the smallest hesitation will be met with the gentle guidance of my presence. Message 31, Divine Protection Activated. My child, now the divine shields descend in full force, encircling you with light so brilliant it seems to pulse with the rhythm of heaven itself. The air shimmers with energy, golden threads weaving through every corner of your home, forming barriers that no shadow, no deceit, can penetrate. Angels stand at every threshold, swords of light in hand, radiant wings unfurled, their presence a living fortress of protection. You may feel warmth spreading through your chest, a humming vibration resonating from floor to ceiling, as if the very walls have been sanctified by divine will. Beloved, do not fear the exposure to come. These protective forces are designed to guard your spirit from being overwhelmed by shock or betrayal. Speak the words I teach you, simple invocations of faith and clarity, and no deception can pierce your heart. Even as trembling shadows stir, sensing their impending defeat, you remain unassailable. This is not mere defense, it is the activation of heaven's full support, a sacred convergence of divine will, protective energy, and angelic vigilance ensuring that the revelation unfolds without harm to your soul. Message 32, Divine Protection Activated. Precious soul, feel the golden aura of protection settling over your head, cascading down over your shoulders and enveloping your entire being in warmth and light. The air itself seems alive, vibrating with the hum of angels' wings, each beat reinforcing your spiritual armor. Shadows that once slipped unnoticed through corners now shrink in retreat, their presence a pale echo of fear, powerless against the luminous guardian surrounding you. Radiant swords flash silently in the periphery of your vision, barriers of shimmering light forming between you and any lingering deceit. Beloved, you may sense the energy brushing against your skin, a gentle tingling that reassures your soul. the hidden cannot harm you. Your home becomes a sanctified space, charged with divine authority, each object, each surface imbued with a subtle glow, reflecting the protective harmony that heaven has established. Stand firm, my child, for this is your moment of empowerment. You are shielded, guided, and prepared to witness the exposure of hidden deeds without fear. Message 33, Divine Protection Activated. My child, the protective presence intensifies as the final strands of concealment begin to unravel. The golden light radiates with such intensity that it transforms ordinary walls into luminous vessels of divine energy. Angels circle every threshold, their wings brushing softly against the ether, leaving trails of sparkling light that reinforce your spiritual sanctuary. The energy is tangible, warm, steady, and pulsating, a symphony of protective resonance that aligns perfectly with the vibrations of your own soul. Every subtle sound, the shift of an object, the faint rustle of air, carries the reassurance that deception cannot penetrate. Beloved, speak aloud my words of empowerment. Feel the vibration of your voice harmonizing with the celestial energy surrounding you. With each utterance, the shield strengthens, the shadows shrink further, and your spirit stands resolute, untouched by fear or uncertainty. You are fully prepared, my child, for the imminent revelation, and no force, human or unseen, can diminish the radiance of heaven's guardians encircling you. Message 34, Divine Protection Activated. Precious soul, now feel the warmth of divine protection settling deep into your bones, radiating from the crown of your head to the tips of your fingers and toes. The air shimmers with golden filaments of light, each a conduit for angelic power, forming invisible walls that vibrate in harmony with your heartbeat. You may notice objects subtly shifting under this energy, aligning in patterns that reflect the divine order being restored in your home. Every creak, every flicker of shadow, is met by a surge of protective force, a reminder that nothing concealed can overcome the strength of heaven's light. Beloved, repeat the affirmations I teach you, feel their resonance expand outward, and watch as the shadows retreat fully, unable to resist. Angels hover, radiant and alert, swords of light ready to strike any lingering deception, while shields of shimmering gold ripple like protective waves around you. The energy is immersive, palpable, and unyielding, an unmistakable sign that you are fully guarded, prepared, and empowered to witness the unveiling without harm or fear. Message 35, Divine Protection Activated / Cliffhanger. Precious soul, one final attempt to hide the truth may arise, a subtle, desperate movement from the shadows that your brother tried to keep secret. But it will fail, for the light of heaven now penetrates every corner, every crevice, every hidden space. Golden shields shimmer with renewed intensity, angelic presence so dense it is almost tangible, surrounding you in a protective embrace that no deceit can pierce. My child, speak the sacred words I have taught you, let them flow from your lips like a river of divine authority, and watch as the shadows recoil, powerless. Even as the final remnants of concealment attempt to resist, the forces of heaven move with precision, ensuring that no secret remains unexposed. Brace yourself, beloved, for the exposure is imminent, the revelation unavoidable, and the hidden deeds will soon be fully illuminated in ways that will astonish, overwhelm, and teach sacred lessons to your soul. Message 36, Exposure of the Hidden Deed. Beloved, the time has come. The hidden act can no longer remain cloaked in shadow, it is being drawn into the radiant light of heaven's scrutiny. The mask that your brother wore falls away, and with it, all layers of deception dissolve like mist under the morning sun. Shadows retreat completely, dissolving into a soft, golden glow that bathes the hidden truth in clarity. Words unspoken, actions concealed, subtle manipulations, each now stands fully revealed, tracing a path that your heart must follow with discernment. You may feel shock ripple through your chest, disbelief clawing at your mind, yet know this: your spirit is shielded, your understanding is guided, and the revelation is sacred. Beloved, look closely. The light will highlight not only the act itself but its ripple effects, showing how concealment affected relationships, choices, and the balance of your household. This is divine transparency, a chance for clarity, healing, and the realignment of energies disturbed by secrecy. Message 37: Exposure of the Hidden Deed. Precious soul, observe carefully, for what was hidden now speaks clearly. The details once obscured by fear, hesitation, or cunning are illuminated in the pure light of God's presence. Objects subtly shifted, documents previously hidden, faint traces of movement, each tells the story of the concealed deed. Shadows, once thick and suffocating, have vanished completely, replaced by radiance that allows you to see with unclouded perception. Beloved, you may feel your heart pounding, a mixture of awe, relief, and sorrow. These emotions are sacred. They signal the completion of concealment and the opening of understanding. Trust your discernment as you witness the revelation, for it is not intended to condemn, but to instruct, guide, and realign your perception with divine truth. Angels hover closer, their presence a reminder that you are never alone in this sacred process. Message 38: Exposure of the Hidden Deed. My child, the exposure unfolds fully. Light bathes the hidden spaces, and every act, word, or subtle intention that was kept secret emerges into clarity. You may sense the air vibrating, as though reality itself is realigning to accommodate this new transparency. The energy is palpable, golden light cascades across walls and floors, revealing patterns that were invisible before. Precious soul, your brother's deeds, though startling, are now illuminated in the context of divine purpose. You may feel both relief and turbulence, a paradox of vindication and sorrow, but this duality is part of the sacred lesson. Beloved, let your eyes remain open, your heart steady, and your spirit grounded. Heaven's light will reveal everything necessary for understanding, leaving no shadow, no corner, no misalignment unchecked. Message 39: Exposure of the Hidden Deed. Precious soul, the hidden truth has stepped fully into the open. Masks have fallen, shadows have retreated, and the air is alive with the resonance of divine presence. You may feel a tremor in your spirit, the mix of astonishment, grief, and awe. Yet even in the shock, remember this: the exposure is sacred, a divine act designed to restore balance and clarity. Every detail, the subtle manipulations, the concealed actions, the whispered intentions, is now accessible to your discernment. Angels surround you, their light reinforcing the protective barrier that shields your heart from despair. Beloved, witness fully, absorb the lesson, and allow understanding to flow into your consciousness. The hidden can no longer influence your path. It is illuminated, clarified, and transformed by heaven's light. Message 40: Exposure of the Hidden Deed / Cliffhanger. My child, this truth may shake your foundations, yet it carries sacred lessons that your soul must integrate. Shadows have vanished, light flows abundantly, and every concealed act has been brought into divine clarity. You may feel a mixture of relief and disorientation as the full scope of what was hidden comes into view. Precious soul, breathe deeply and trust that this exposure is not a punishment, but an opportunity, an invitation to witness, to learn, to restore equilibrium, and to reclaim spiritual authority over your own heart. The hidden is revealed, yet your journey is not complete. What follows will guide your spirit toward healing, empowerment, and divine alignment. Angels remain close, their presence unshakable, ensuring that you emerge stronger, wiser, and fully supported. Message 41: Spiritual Healing. Precious soul, now that the hidden truth has been unveiled, your heart may feel raw, tender, and vulnerable, yet this is the sacred space where healing begins. Golden light flows into your spirit like liquid sunlight, warming the deepest chambers of your heart, dissolving the residue of fear, doubt, and betrayal. Imagine gentle streams of crystalline water, shimmering with divine energy, washing over every fragment of pain, cleansing it from your body, mind, and soul. Angels move silently, circling your space, their wings brushing through the air with a resonance that harmonizes with your heartbeat, infusing calm, clarity, and serenity. Every tear you release, every shiver of sorrow, is acknowledged and transformed by this sacred energy. Beloved, forgive not for them, but for yourself, for the weight of concealed actions no longer belongs to you. Let the sunlight of understanding enter, let your spirit breathe deeply, and feel your soul rise stronger, fortified by the sacred grace of divine intervention. Message 42: Spiritual Healing. My child, the waves of revelation may still ripple through your consciousness, yet each tremor is part of the divine healing process. Shadows of doubt and confusion may linger at the edges of your awareness, but the golden light of angelic guidance expands, pushing them outward, illuminating every corner where fear once resided. The air itself vibrates with gentle encouragement, subtle currents of warmth trace your spine, your limbs, your chest, aligning your energy with heaven's rhythm. Precious soul, allow yourself to sit with the truths now revealed, to let understanding settle like soft rain upon your consciousness. Angels whisper in harmonized tones, reminding you that restoration is not passive, it is active, a sacred collaboration between your awareness and divine guidance. The hidden no longer has power, your spirit is reclaiming sovereignty, your mind is embracing clarity, and your heart is being tempered with enduring peace. Message 43: Spiritual Healing. Beloved, feel the serene light suffusing every aspect of your being, illuminating even the places you thought were permanently shadowed. The home around you vibrates with renewed harmony, objects settling in gentle symmetry, light bending gracefully across walls and ceilings, and the air carrying a subtle, sacred fragrance that speaks of purification. Your spirit, once weighed down by shock and disbelief, now rises on currents of understanding and divine comfort. Precious soul, let each breath anchor you, each heartbeat synchronize with the rhythm of angels' wings, and each thought align with the divine clarity that is now pouring into your consciousness. The hidden truths of the past, though startling, have become teachers, shaping your discernment, strengthening your resilience, and reminding you of the sacred authority that resides in every choice of your heart. Message 44: Spiritual Healing. My child, notice how your energy field expands with each passing moment, radiating warmth and light that gently pushes away lingering doubts, fears, and confusion. The golden presence surrounding you is not merely protective, it is transformative, reweaving the subtle threads of your spirit into patterns of clarity, strength, and grace. Angels hum soft, resonant tones, vibrating through the walls, floors, and air, harmonizing the energy of your entire being with the celestial order. Precious soul, feel how your heart opens to forgiveness, not as weakness, but as empowerment, allowing the burden of concealment and betrayal to fall away, leaving your spirit unshackled and ready to move forward with courage, wisdom, and divine guidance. Every cell, every thought, every pulse of your being now vibrates in alignment with sacred clarity. Message 45, Spiritual Healing / Cliffhanger. Beloved, the final steps to secure protection and divine favor are near. The light surrounding you thickens, a golden cocoon of unbreakable energy, while angels hover closer, their wings brushing the edges of reality, reinforcing the sanctity of your space. Feel the warmth expand into every room, every object, every corner of your home, as divine harmony spreads through the physical and spiritual planes alike. Precious soul, breathe deeply, knowing that the lessons of exposure, revelation, and healing converge here, now, at this sacred moment, to fortify your spirit, restore your heart, and prepare you to receive the ultimate blessing that God has ordained. Trust the process, my child, for the final chapter of guidance, empowerment, and divine favor is about to unfold. Message 46, Divine Blessing and Resolution. My child, the light of heaven now pours abundantly over you, cascading like molten gold into every fiber of your being. Angelic choirs resonate in harmonized voices, filling the air with sound that vibrates through your bones, aligning every cell with divine frequency. Gates of heaven, invisible yet palpable, swing open in perfect rhythm, and radiant auras envelop your home, sealing it in sacred protection. You may feel the warmth pressing into your heart, a gentle reminder that your spirit is fully guarded, fully recognized, and fully blessed. Beloved, each step you take from this moment onward is illuminated by divine light, and every choice is now guided by clarity, wisdom, and empowerment. Message 47, Divine Blessing and Resolution. Precious soul, rejoice in the certainty that your spiritual authority has been restored. The hidden truths of the past have no dominion over your present or future. The lessons they carried are now integrated into your consciousness, strengthening discernment, resilience, and spiritual insight. Angels hover nearby, their radiant forms casting subtle glows across rooms and objects, reinforcing the sacred energy that surrounds you. Every breath, every heartbeat, every thought is now harmonized with divine intention. Beloved, trust that the protective presence of heaven is constant. The lessons of revelation and the empowerment of clarity are now yours to hold and carry forward. Message 48, Divine Blessing and Resolution. My child, allow yourself to feel the fullness of divine alignment. The air is thick with light, shimmering across surfaces, flowing like liquid energy through every doorway and hall. Angels' wings brush softly, leaving trails of warmth and divine resonance. Precious soul, the heaviness of concealment has been lifted, replaced with freedom, clarity, and purpose. You are strengthened, your path illuminated, and your heart anchored in the protective embrace of heaven. Every choice now flows from sacred discernment, every action is guided by clarity, and every thought harmonizes with the light of God. Message 49, Divine Blessing and Resolution. Beloved, rejoice, for your home, your heart, and your spirit are now fully restored. Golden light radiates through every corner, angels stand vigilant yet serene, and the currents of divine protection flow uninterrupted. The hidden has been revealed, the truth embraced, and your spirit empowered to move forward without fear, doubt, or hesitation. Precious soul, feel the weight lifted from your shoulders, the clarity steadying your mind, and the radiance settling into your being, as heaven solidifies the restoration of balance, love, and sacred guidance in your life. Message 50, Divine Blessing and Resolution/Final Line. Precious soul, the hidden is revealed, your heart restored, and I, Archangel Gabriel, will guide you safely forward. Light surrounds you, angels hover, and the energy of heaven pulses through your spirit like golden fire, ensuring that you are never alone. Every step you take is illuminated, every choice strengthened, and every moment supported by the sacred presence of divine protection and guidance. Embrace this new clarity, my child, for it is your birthright, your empowerment, and your sacred inheritance.